Yo guys, and welcome back towards this new video here on the channel. And on today's video I will be discussing the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market and why I do think that Bitcoin is about to have a massive market bounce from this point of recording right now, guys. So if this sounds interesting, don't forget to right away slap up the like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course ring the bell notifications so you definitely will be not missed out on any of the further content that we're going to drop out here on this channel. But let's go right away in towards the analysis, guys. So currently Bitcoin came down a little bit further towards the 41k. 41k was of course the previous low of the 6th of December, where we were forming the massive wick on the lower side. And of course we have been talking about a loose liquidity that was still there, and right now we met the liquidity, and since then we already start to be increasing in valuation. Right now, I do think that this range, of course, is particularly big in manipulation. I do think, of course, that if you're going to sell right here, you're probably going to make a lot of losses, because I personally see this range that we're right now trading on rather as very good accumulation ranges than distribution ranges. Why I will be saying this is because if we're looking to momentum indicators, we're seeing a massive increasement in momentum while price action still comes down here. Like you can see here on the market, price action has been clearly forming a lower low on the market, and while the price action has been forming a lower low on the market, we can clearly see momentum on the MACD is forming a higher low. The moving average on the MACD is forming a higher low. We are seeing, of course, as well the RSI forming a higher low. So we're basically seeing, of course, a triple bullish divergence right now getting formed here on these momentum indicators. Of course, we do know that the MACD and the RSI are the most important momentum indicators, and those indicators could be definitely help us out here with identifying about where the market is about to head towards. And right now, since we're seeing this significant divergence getting formed on the market, I do expect that Bitcoin is going to create a very strong bounce here back up towards these ranges around $44,000. Of course, yesterday we were spotting a minor divergence. Since spotting this minor divergence yesterday, we as well called it perfectly, and we went up here as well in approximately 1.5k here. So there was as well a very nice call that we did make yesterday. But right now we're seeing a bullish divergence getting formed here on the wider scale on the 1 hour candles, and that of course currently gives me a signal that this is a very strong accumulation range for Bitcoin. And of course, what this basically as well tells us that the market is still coming down here, but the sell pressure is fading away here on the 1 hour candles. So that is of course as well a clear bullish signal on the market as well. For early time frame, of course, have been talking about the loose liquidity that we have been talking about several times here. You can clearly see here on the left side, the 2nd of December, 6th of December, I mean, we came down very quickly, and since we were forming such big of a wick here, basically we had a lot of leftover liquidity, and yeah, we right now met the liquidity. We came down here right away, supported from the 41k range, and we moved up from that point. And right now, since we did touch this level, I personally think we could be seeing a further increasement towards the upside, and that is of course a very exciting thing to know, of course, as well. And we're going to quickly look towards the daily candles. This is already the time frame that I do see a lot of similarities towards the previous price action from, let's say, May, June, and July, of course, because yeah, we do know in May we had this massive correction, and in June and July we had this reaccumulation phase. Currently we are in the same period of reaccumulation. We have been in a sustainable downtrend here for an approximately 60 days already, and people are starting to be panicking right now. People are really thinking it is over. As well, I did some polls on my Twitter, and the majority of the people that were voting were saying that we're in a bear market, and that just gets me even more bullish. Of course, we do know there is an extreme amount of fear in the market, and of course, a lot of people, and probably you are watching right now, are as well asking yourself, isn't Bitcoin just done? And as soon as you're going to question yourself, that of course is always good to question yourself. I don't think that is true, because there's a lot of panic in the market right now. There's a lot of fear in the market. And if you're going to as well fall for the fear, you're probably going to miss out on these major gains here. So what we currently can see here is that the price action here on May came down massively, right? Like you can see over here. While the price action came down there, the MACD had a very significant increasement in valuation, not only on the histogram, but as well on the moving average. So we were seeing basically a double bullish divergence, because we were seeing a bullish divergence on the histogram, and we were seeing a bullish divergence on the moving average getting formed, and that resulted in a massive increase towards the upside towards all the way of $52,000 for Bitcoin. Right now, again, we are seeing similar things here. We're seeing, of course, the histogram forming a higher low trend here, very significant higher low trend, of course, like you can see, and very sustainable higher low trend as well. And while we are forming this higher low trend on the market, on the MACD, well, basically tells us on the daily time frame that sell pressure is disappearing from the market, but price action still comes down, because yeah, the price action still forms lower low. We are seeing as well a moving average higher low getting formed. So We're definitely seeing a double bullish divergence as well on the MACD currently getting formed, just like we did last time around here on June and July 2021 here. So for me, these are very strong accumulation ranges. I'm also totally not scared at all for accumulating my tokens around these levels here. Of course, some people are very scared about this head and shoulders pattern, what I don't really think is valid because the right shoulder is not very significant. That is right now breaking down here, and that it is currently game over. Of course, this is also part of the fear. People are trying to, of course, take advantage of your emotion, and of course try to take advantage of the market right now. But I'm currently not falling for the fear. I like to see, of course, these extreme big bullish divergence as very good buying opportunities, because if you're buying into fear, if you're buying into towards a market that is turning red here, you're usually going to be making the biggest profits, because the biggest profits from crypto traders are always made in downtrends here. If you can be accumulating into downtrends, you can be making extremely big wealth, and you could be making, of course, a lot of fortune out of it. So that's, of course, a message that I do have for you guys out there. And of course, guys, if you do think this video was valuable, don't forget to right away follow me here on YouTube. But as well, if you want to be staying up to date about the rest of the market, don't hesitate to as well follow me here on my socials, on Twitter or whatsoever. Make sure to find the link in the description here. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.